Live from across the tri-states, this is KHQA This Morning. It's your news now.
Right. Kristen Aguirre joins us live in Quincy this morning.
She's at the Granite Bank Gallery. Kristen, what are you up to?
Well, good morning here at the Granite Bank Gallery. They are teaming with Quincy's Not So Fine Art Society, and you'll never guess what it is. Featuring art. We'll talk to some of the artists coming up after the break. You're watching KHQA This Morning.
Kristen Aguirre is out in Quincy this morning, live at Granite City Bank.
Yeah, let's see what she is doing out there. Hey, Kristen.
Good morning. Well, we are giving you an inside look to the second annual New Dimensions Arts exhibit that's here. Now, the Granite Bank Art Gallery is teaming up with Quincy's Not So Fine Art Society. With me now is Phil Quavillion. So can you tell me a little bit about what this exhibit's all about?
This exhibit is a third-dimensional pop art showcase. We've brought down several of our not-so-fine artists, Keith Franks, Jeffrey Bruce, Angelo Joseph here this morning. We had a couple others show up last Thursday. Trisha Dietrich, Josephine Spotto Miller did some great jewelry. We had an awesome show. We hope to have another one in Halloween, kind of the spookier, darker side of this underground independent art scene that Quincy's developing.
Now, the show did kick off a little bit earlier this month, but people can definitely come check it out till a little bit early, a few weeks in August. But we're giving them a sneak peek this morning. Now, there's definitely a variety of different art pieces here.
Yes. There's pieces that could be thin and small. There's sculpture display pieces like these heads that Trisha made, and my own Lego piece that could eat up a large coffee table.
Well, we are going to give you an inside look into all of this art. Coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to speak to some of the artists and kind of go through their head a little bit about what the process was to create all of these pieces.
For a minute, we kind of saw like a Picasso.
Yeah, I was kind of creepy there for a second.
Is out in Quincy this morning. We're checking in with her.
Here she is now at the Granite Bank Gallery. What is up, Kristen?
Good morning. Well, we are here previewing the New Dimensions art exhibit that the Bank Gallery is teaming up with the Not So Fine Art Society to put on. Now, it kicked off a little bit earlier this month, but there's still time for you to come out and check it out. And we're going to review some of the artists to see what their thought process was going into creating their pieces. So with me now is Keith Franks. So tell me a little bit about your piece here.
Well, it's entitled The Seed. That was the idea when I started it. And actually, it was funny. I started it with a little drawing of it was kind of a bean-shaped thing, and just kind of had my head into that. As it turns out, if you want to ask about what it means to one, it would be kind of almost like the origins of man, or origins of one's consciousness or something. But it works itself. It just it evolved into what it is, and that's usually how I paint. Is I start the thing and I show up every day with the paint, and particularly when I use the brush. But most of my paintings I don't use a brush. I use like a knife or some other kind of object.
You kind of just go to your piece every day and just kind of see where it takes you.
Correct.
Now, all of the artists in the New Dimensions exhibit here are all part of the Quincy's Not So Fine Art Society, but we were talking a little bit, Keith is like the triple threat of art. You do some other things, right, Keith?
Yeah, it's kind of how my general way is. I like to, my life is my art, I think.
Mm-hmm. You're involved in music, and what else?
Culinary arts. I like to cook, and.
Well, maybe you could cook me up something right now. There's a kitchen here.
Let's do this.
All right, well, coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to continue to interview some of the artists that are here at the New Dimensions store. And don't forget, there is definitely some time for you to come and check it out. Now, if you have any questions with the artist, or you have kind of an idea of what you think this means, don't forget to tweet me out at Kristen Aguirre. Brooke, Chad, when you look at this, what do you see?
I actually really like it. It's almost like into space. Like, you're going into like a galaxy with all the stars.
Like Star Wars? It looks like a dandelion puffball to me.
We stopped by the Granite Bank Gallery. That's where Kristen's at this morning.
Yeah, she had time to stop by this morning, and she is showcasing kind of an interesting little art show going on over there. Hey, Kristen.
Good morning. Now, it's definitely interesting. It's very eclectic. It's not your standard, flowers or, kind of any of those murals. It's definitely, you have to have an artsy eye to look at this and really, really catches your eye and everything like that. So with me now is another artist, as Angelo, and you are kind of a known artist in town. You created what?
I did the mural on 8th and Jefferson, the Cafftown mural with 20 volunteers. And I'm a student at Quincy University.
So local artists right here. If you didn't get time to check out that mural, definitely stop by. It's very cool. But now you're showcasing some of your other stuff here at the Granite Bank Gallery. So tell me a little bit about these pieces.
Yeah, I paint all the time. I love to do abstract paintings, and I spin them while I'm painting. So if you got them on your wall and you want to look, you get bored, you could switch them. This is one I did called The Awakening, the Space Baby and the Rainbow Machine. But whatever you see in it, I love to see what people see in it. So find hidden objects, get involved, look inside, and see what you find.
Well, we definitely want to hear what you're thinking about it, too. So I'll go ahead and tweet out a picture of this, and I want to hear your 2 cents. But I love some of these pieces now. Very dimensional. Things are coming out. But we want to talk about that guitar piece right behind you. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, I decided now that I'm going to take guitars and make them into art. So if you've got any guitars that you don't want anymore, donate them to me. I'll make them into art. I'm a guitarist now. So if you want art that makes sound, and it doesn't make it sound like you wouldn't want to play it, but you could look at it, and there's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. People seem to like it, and I'm just going to keep any instrument, saxophones. Gonna make it into art.
Well, there you go. So don't toss out those old instruments that you quit playing. You can donate them here to Angelo. You can come check out the art exhibit here at the Granite Bank Gallery, and we'll tweet out some of those pictures. Let me know what you think. And for more information, everything, check out our website, connecttristates.com.
I told Chad that one piece looked like Where's Waldo, but with rainbows.
With rainbows. To me, at the top of it is having an interesting morning today at the Granite Bank Gallery in Quincy.
Yeah, she's learning about its latest art exhibit. What's going on, Kristen?
That's right. Now the latest art exhibit is called New Dimensions, and the Granite Bank Gallery teamed up with the Quincy's Not-So-Fine Art Society to showcase a lot of these pieces. Now all morning we've been showing you and introducing you to some of the artists, and they're very interesting, including your piece, Jeff. So this is with me now is Jeff Bruce, the creator of this. Now tell me a little bit about this.
Well, these are stories from the shoebox, and I take a found object, photographs, text, try and combine them in a way that tells a story. I'm not patient enough to be an author and write a book, so I like a sentence to tell the story, match with the photo, let you put together an entire story. So this is a case where I created a photograph someplace, created a little text, and this is a hat box, and it gives a feeling of old and a story that you might have had, or a friend, and that's usually what I'm trying to do, is just tell a little story, take you someplace, make you feel good. Often nostalgia or Route 66 with this group is what I'm working
Now what's
with.
really interesting is that this photo looks so vintage, but it's current.
Right. This is at a local shop, and I did a little photo manipulation. I don't like a lot of it, but I do like to work to create a particular feeling in an image, and this one worked out really well that way.
Yeah, it looks great. Now
Is live this morning in Quincy at the Granite Bank Gallery.
What are you doing there, Kristen?
Well, we are talking local art. Now, there's a new exhibit here called New Dimensions, and with me now is Phil Kabovian. Now, he's actually the founder of Quincy's Not-So-Fine Art Society. Oh, yeah, just a little dust, I'm sure, no big deal. Now, you actually have a piece in the show as well, so tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, I like to play Legos. This piece I spent 2 weeks on, about 3,000 Legos in it.
Oh, my God.
It mimics anthills, and it's taken a piece of root from a dogwood here in Quincy. So it's locally grown as well as locally built. Yeah, I can't give up being a kid, so anytime I can make my toys art and look a little adult, I'll do it.
No, he definitely can't. I'm going to tweet out a picture I took of Phil, kind of doing a funny stance with his pants. So we'll show you that if you check me out on Twitter. But what do you hope people see when they look at this?
I hope they see a bit of nature with the anthill structure. I also want them to kind of be taken to an otherworldly spot, and it kind of makes this small root look like it might have been a large tree just by proportion. Mm-hmm. So it's very fun, and I want them to recognize pieces from their old toys.
Now, do you think this art exhibit kind of showcases a different side of the Not-So-Fine Art Society?
Yes, I think that this art show especially displays our need for whimsicalness and music and entertainment, and half of these guys also do so many other things like play music and act. So this is a nice little small keyhole peek into what else we have to offer, the Not-So-Fine Arts.
Well, you can come in here at the Granite Bank Gallery and see what they are offering with some of these paintings and the creations. The exhibit is open till early August. We'll have those dates on our website, connecttristates.com.
I've been following Kristen Aguirre, who is at a Granite Bank Gallery, talking about some really creative stuff.
She is, and she's showing us some pretty cool stuff, too. Hey, Kristen.
That's right. We're talking about the new exhibit here called New Dimensions. Now, the Granite Bank Gallery teamed up with Quincy's Not So Fine Art Society to put this on. Now, for some people who are just tuning in, Phil, how would you describe this exhibit?
This exhibit is colorful, fun, it dances off the wall and into your living room.
Now, a lot of people, I feel, look at the Not So Fine Art Society, think of it's fun and funny, but do you think this gives it a different look?
No. I think this is right up our alley. I don't want anybody ever to think Not So Fine Arts is about crying and killing. So this is the kind of art show that we love to present.
No, we have some of the artists. We've been talking to them all morning, so if you just tuned in. Now, Jeff, tell me a little bit about what you hope people see when they look at your art.
Well, first that they have some idea that there's a story there and maybe they connect with it or get excited about it or tell a friend or go, oh, I need that piece for my wall.
What about you, Angela?
I just hope they're inspired, and I hope they're inspired to create their own stuff and inspire other people to be creative. Because if you could be creative, you could solve problems in your life and just make your life better. So get inspired, be creative.
What about you, Keith?
I believe in that changing one's perception is seeing things from a different point of view, and there's so many ways to look. Like these abstract paintings, you don't look at it and say, "Oh, that's a." You can interpret it your own way, and I think it's a really important thing.
Now, one of our viewers, we actually asked if you saw Keith's picture. I tweeted it out. We asked what you thought of it, and one of our viewers, Coastword KHAN, said that he thought The Big Bang Theory. What'd you think of that?
I love it. Sure, why not?
And Brooke says your piece with Legos looked like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, it does have Golem from Lord of the Rings set in it, so there is a 1 out of 3,000 piece connection.
Now, if you're interested in coming and taking a look at all this stuff, don't forget it's at the Granite Bank Gallery. The showcase is open until August. For more information, check out our website, connecttristates.com.
It must be interesting as an artist to paint something and then have other people see different things.
Yeah, I'm